What if events went differently? What if Jigsaw went after Batman's rogue gallery? Welcome back, my fellow watchers of the multiverse, to Horror Week, where we finally go over the horrors of every different reality. And in today's reality, we're finally taking a look at if Jigsaw had actually met Batman's rogue gallery. Now, I want to give a massive shout out to Games for Life for requesting this what if on the recent live streams that we have been doing on the YouTube channel, so make sure to check those out to get a community shout out. You inspired me to make this video, so again, I want to give you credit and I can't thank you enough for it being implemented into Horror Week. But I do want to give another massive shout out to the brand new merchandise that we have on the Fourth Wall store. It's exclusive for 1 week with Horror Week, and its playtime's over. The Horror Week collection. It's only running for 1 week, and that is what if Toy Story had actually been in Call of Duty Zombies. It's actually crazy, and this merchandise is wacky. It's in the multiverse. It's absolutely insane, and I would highly recommend to check out the store, because once this design is gone, it's not coming back on the YouTube channel. It's a 1 week limited time only thing, and you can get 10% off during checkout if you use promo code WHATIF. So again, use promo code WHATIF to get 10% off. I would highly recommend it, as once it's gone, it's gone. So again, my fellow watchers of the multiverse, Games for Life, big shout out to you. But let's dive into the wacky horror world of What If. Detective Montoya had never thrown up on a crime scene before. That streak ended in the sewers beneath East End. The first step into the tunnel brought the smell, not rot, sterilized flesh, something sharp and surgical. Then came the light. Flood lamps buzzed overhead, casting harsh white beams across the concrete walls. The body lay in the center of the room. Killer Croc, what was left of him, strapped to a metal rack built from rust, sewage pipes, and rebarb. His arms were gone. His jaw was snapped open by steel hooks. A key, sealed inside a capsule, sat on his tongue. Next to the body was a monitor, static, a click, then a voice. "Hello, Waylon. You've lived like an animal, but tonight you had a choice. Tear apart your rage or be torn apart by it." A video played. It showed Croc, panicked and screaming, trying to rip off the restraints. He couldn't reach the key, couldn't stop the acid slowly filling the tank around him. The trap wasn't unfair. It was just final. At 4:27 a.m., GCPD responded to a silent alarm at the Iceberg Lounge. They found shattered glass, one unconscious bodyguard, no blood, but Oswald Cobblepot was gone. In his office, a black VHS tape sitting nearby on a desk. Across the screen, white text. "Do you deserve your power?" Bruce Wayne stood alone in the Batcave, staring at the footage. Even for Gotham, this was different. Not sadistic like Joker. Not political like Riddler. Not personal like Hush. These were constructed, deliberate, equal part punishment and lesson. "Not a killer," he muttered out loud. "A judge." Alfred's voice broke the silence behind him. "Sir, GCPD just received another package. This time, for you." Batman played the tape on the secondary monitor. The voice came again. Ragged, calm, disguised by eerily human. "You pretend to hold back the monsters of this city, but you never cure them. You cage them, let them rot until they break loose again. This isn't punishment, Batman. This is change. To change. The tape ended with a timestamp and a location. Batman arrived 15 minutes early. Too late. Inside the decaying Gotham courthouse, the air was thick with mildew and blood. Old gravel marks scattered on the bench. Candles flickered on the jury desks, placed deliberately like an old audience. In the center of the room was a giant coin-shaped platform. Strapped to it, Two-Face, face raw and bleeding. One arm broken backwards. Above him, a pulley system held two weights. On one side, a vial of medicine. On the other, a child tied to a chair. The coin spun every 60 seconds. Each time it landed scattered side up, the vial was lowered closer to Two-Face. Each time it landed clean side up, the child was lowered toward a pit of spikes. Batman froze as the tape played back. Hello, Harvey. You've always left fate to a coin. But what happens when that coin decides someone else's future? Batman raced forward, disabling the coin mechanism with a batarang. But he was seconds too late. The child was already bleeding. Harvey was screaming, not in pain, in shame. I couldn't do it. I waited, I flipped the coin, he screamed. And still waited. God, I'm sorry. Batman pulled him free. The child was alive, barely. Harvey was shaking. I deserved it, he whispered. That night, another tape arrived, delivered to Wayne Manor. This one didn't show a trap. It showed a face, the Joker, bound to a surgical table, gagged, eyes wide in laughter and horror. Jigsaw's voice played again. The one you let live. Again and again and again and again. It kept repeating. Would you like to save him, Batman? Or would you like it to finally stop being the reason he exists? You have until midnight. The Batmobile roared across the Narrows. Batman's voice on comms. He's escalating. He's targeting not just the villains, but me. This is a message. Nightwing answers, voice strained. You think it's personal? It's surgical, Batman replies. He's not just punishing Gotham's worst. He's testing me. The cameras cut to the abandoned hospital on the edge of Crime Alley. Inside, surgical lights, a chair, a blade, and the Joker. Smiling through the blood dripping from his lips, he laughs and whispers, I love new villains. The abandoned hospital was already soaked in blood by the time Batman arrived. The surgical lights hummed overhead, casting a different light, white glare over rusted tools and restraints. The Joker sat strapped upright to a metal chair at the room's center, arms locked out to each side with bone saw mechanisms mounted beside them. His legs were already gone, sawed off at the knees. Mid-scream, he was laughing, not out of joy, out of defiance. About time you showed up, Batsy. A monitor behind him flickered to life. Jigsaw's voice, calm, detached, filled the room. Hello, Joker. You spent your life inflicting pain. Today, you will feel what you have given. In the next 5 minutes, both of your arms will be severed. Unless, of course, you choose to save someone else. A woman who believed in you once. Harley Quinn. Another screen turned on. Harley, strapped to a table. Gas slowly leaking into the chamber. You can stop the gas, but it will cost you everything you have left. The Joker looked at Batman. His smile faltered for the first time. Well, shit. Batman tried to override the trap, but the tech wasn't digital. It was mechanical, analog, clockwork, unhackable. Joker looked up. I'm not doing this for her, you know. I just want to die funny. Then he reached with one hand and pulled the switch. The saws started. The screaming didn't last long. Blood sprayed across the room. Batman broke through the secondary lock and pulled Harley from the chamber. She was convulsing, barely alive but breathing. The Joker wasn't. His head lolled in the chair, lifeless. The laughter sliced. Batman brought Harley back to the cave. She hadn't spoken in hours, just stared at the Bat computer with red-rimmed eyes. "I loved him," she whispered. "He never loved you back," Batman said quietly. "I know," she replied. "That's why it hurts." In the morgue, Joker's body was laid out. Alfred stood over it, grim. "He got what he gave," Bruce said, but deep down he didn't believe it. The next tape led to a cryo chamber laboratory beneath Gotham Biotech. Batman arrived to find Victor Freeze in a transparent containment chamber, frozen, waist deep in cryogel. Across from him, Nora Fries, suspended in a glass tank slowly filling with convulsive acid. Jigsaw's voice echoed through the room. "Hello, Doctor. You've preserved your wife, frozen her in time, but you've never let her choose. Today, she will live, if you will let her die in your arms. The chamber must be melted manually. The heat will destroy your suit, and you." Batman pounded on the glass, trying to find a weak point. Victor looked at Bruce through the frost and nodded. "Tell her I tried." He pulled the emergency override. The chamber melted. Nora's tank opened, and Freeze collapsed to his knees as his body burned from the inside out. She lived. He died. The Riddler was found in a clock tower, wired to a reverse bear trap mechanism locked to a quiz game terminal. Every wrong answer activated the countdown. The riddle was simple. What is the one thing the Riddler can't solve? The answer was himself, but he refused to say it. He smiled as the trap snapped shut. Gordon met Batman on the GCPD rooftop. "This is turning into a war zone. Citizens are terrified. These traps, these games, they're not just killing the bad guys, they're infecting the city." "What do you mean?" Batman asked. "We found a teenager yesterday. Built a trap in his basement. Said he wanted to help the city." Bruce's jaws clenched. "It's a philosophy now." Jigsaw's method wasn't spreading like a virus, it was spreading like an idea. A drone appeared outside Wayne Tower. Inside of it, a tape addressed personally to Bruce Wayne. He played it. "Hello, Bruce." The voice was calm, knowing. "You've worn 2 masks for too long. One a bat, one a man. But I wonder when the games end, who will you be? A symbol or a failure? You've kept Gotham alive by keeping monsters caged. But a cage doesn't fix anything. Let's see if you're willing to bleed for them." The video cut to a live feed. Harley Quinn, Lucius Fox, and Alfred trapped in 3 separate devices. One will live, 2 will die, unless you trade yourself, 1 life for theirs. You have 1 hour. Tick-tock, Batman. Batman stands in the Batcave. He's already bleeding from the night's fights. He stares at the screen, where his family's faces are frozen in fear. He doesn't hesitate. He turns to Alfred's old suit display and opens a hidden compartment inside. A harness, a blade. In the file, contingency if I am the villain. He whispers, "No more games." The entrance to the final location isn't dramatic. No underground lair, no skyscraper penthouse, just an abandoned church in the Narrows. Crossed blackened, pews smashed, the altar covered in cables and cameras. Batman enters alone. The doors slam shut behind him. A monitor flickers to life above the pulpit. Jigsaw's voice greets him one last time. "Hello, Bruce. You've spent your life avoiding death, avoiding consequence. Today, you will walk through both. 3 people await judgment. Alfred Pennyworth, your soul. Lucius Fox, your mind. Harley Quinn, your guilt. To save them, you must pass 3 trials. But with each trial, you will lose something. Blood, bone, purpose. Do you want to be saved, Batman? Or do you just want to win?" Batman enters the left wing. Alfred is suspended upside down in a cage. Below him, a vat of electrical wire and fire. Wires run. A vat of electrified water. Wires run from the cage to a heart rate monitor. Every spike in Bruce's BPM increases the current. Jigsaw's voice returns. "Your heart betrays you. Every time you act in anger, someone else's play. Someone else pays." Batman is ordered to fight a group of Arkham escapees in the next room. Unarmed, monitors track his pulse. Each time he spikes past 110 BPM, the current surges. Bruce fights slowly, deliberately, not with rage, but with his restraint. He's beaten nearly to unconsciousness, but he keeps his pulse steady. The fight ends. Alfred is lowered safely, but Bruce collapses. Ribs shattered, blood in his mouth. Lucius is trapped in a reverse hanging rig, designed to break his back unless a counterweight is applied. The counterweight? Bruce himself. Batman is given one choice. Strap himself into a harness that will slowly pull his spine into compression, relieving the pressure from Lucius, but risking permanent paralysis. He does it, no hesitation. Screws dig into his shoulders, vertebrae pop, but Lucius is freed. Before he passes out, Lucius whispers, "You were never just a symbol. You were always the man willing to bleed." This trap is different, quiet, intimidating. Harley sits in a room with 2 syringes, one laced with a fast-activating sedative, the other Joker venom, modified to cause instant insanity and self-mutilation. She's told Batman is coming. He will be too late. Choose peace or chaos. She doesn't know which syringe is which. Batman limps into the chamber, dragging his leg, bleeding from the mouth. Harley's hands tremble. "I don't know who I am without him," she whispers. "You're someone he never let you be," Batman says. She looks down and chooses the sedative. Sleep. Peace. In the chapel's crypt, Batman finally meets him. Not John Kramer. Not the Joker. A former Arkham doctor, young, clean-cut, calm. He calls himself the Apprentice. "I was assigned to monitor rehabilitation rates. Know what I found? 0. Not one super criminal ever got better, because no one wanted them to." He steps forward. "But your mistake was keeping them alive again and again. I did what you wouldn't." Batman collapses to one knee. "You killed them. I gave them a choice." "No," Bruce growls. "You gave them pain and called it purpose." A final chamber opens behind them. Inside, a table. On it, a small black box, 2 buttons. One button saves Bruce Wayne, ends the pain, a full medical override built from Lucius's stolen tech. The other releases all footage of Jigsaw's traps to the world, unedited. Names, faces, deaths. Gotham would see it all. Push the first, and you live to fight another day. Push the second, and Gotham burns. Or you push neither, and bleed here in silence. The Apprentice smiles. "Do you want to be saved?" Batman stares at the buttons. Blood drips from his fingertips. He then smashes the box with his fists, destroying both. Police find the church an hour later. They find Alfred and Lucius barely breathing, Harley unconscious, but Batman is gone. No body, no trail, only a symbol burned into the chapel wall in blood and ash. Gotham is different, quieter. The rogues are almost gone. No new games, no Joker. A new group of vigilantes patrol the streets. The Outsiders, led by Nightwing and Batgirl. Harley Quinn runs a traumatic clinic for Arkham survivors. And in a hidden room deep under Wayne Manor, sealed and silent, a single tape recorder sits on a table. Alfred picks it up, plying the message. If you're hearing this, I'm gone. Maybe for real this time. I tried to save them, Alfred. But maybe saving people isn't about putting on a mask. Maybe it's about letting go. I hope Gotham learns that. I hope I did too. Bruce. And that is going to be it for What If Jigsaw went after Batman's rogue gallery. Now, what did you think of this video? Let me know in the comments down below. And what do you think of Horror Week so far? Are you guys digging the different themes during the different weeks? We're going to be exploring this during the first week of May, and then we're going to be doing a different theme at the end of May. So stick around for that. I would highly recommend, guys, to check out Playtime is Over, the exclusive Call of Duty X Toy Story merchandise. It's a wacky multiverse concept, and it's exclusive for 1 week only, and all of the proceeds go towards the YouTube channel. It goes right back into the videos, it goes back into the requests, and it allows me to do even more of these ideas and implement even more different themes with the YouTube channel. So again, make sure to use promo code WHATIF to get 10% off your latest order, as this is only running for 1 week, so once it's gone, it's gone. But again, massive shout out to Games for Life for requesting this in the live stream, and I want to give a massive shout out to the Patreon and YouTube members for making these videos possible. I can't thank you guys enough. But that being said, my fellow watchers of the multiverse, I will see you in the next Horror Week episode. Stay tuned and have a great day. Peace out.